especially in medicine, especially as you get into specialties and subspecialties, the pool of people working in these specialties and subspecialties starts to really narrow. And why is that important to kind of know going into residency and fellowship, right? In any profession, kind of all you have is your good name. I think, again, in a super competitive atmosphere, which residency fellowship tends to foster, you can forget that like you're going to probably see these people down the road and you're going to work with them professionally. And like the seeds you sow in residency and fellowship with those people, whether it's an attending, whether it's other trainees, may matter down the road, right? So it's like, but it's, at the same time, so it's like how, being able to kind of set aside that competitive mindset and not forget about the long term, and that these are people I'm going to have to interact with potentially throughout my entire career. So like how I treat these people now is going to really impact those relationships down the road, right? So that being said, again, a piece of advice that I gave my wife while she was in training, and she would say that she was in some respects kind of struggling to break through with a few of her colleagues. My suggestion to her was, hey, I don't know what's being talked about or what's being said, but try asking them a question about them, right? And again, this just kind of taps into the notion when you're trying to network with somebody, when you're trying to just be a good human to somebody else, asking something about them is just rare these days, right? People are kind of so self-centered and focused on themselves. When you get a question from somebody else about you, you're just kind of opening the door to a positive relationship there. And again, in a hyper competitive situation where it's like people are kind of maybe trying to outdo the other one, you come at somebody with that kind of approach, it almost like kind of short circuits their competitive mindset, and you really get to a human level with them. And again, networking is a very loaded term in the business world. I actually dislike the term networking because I think there's a lot of baggage with it, because I think networking is generally kind of, the notion there is like networking for some kind of business end. When I hear networking here, what I'm really kind of referring to is like, networking in the sense of just maintaining great relationships with colleagues throughout your entire career,